Hi, everybody. I'm Ronnie,
Hello, and I'm Jenny.
and
We are the Heart and Soul
yes,
Sisters.
we are. Very good.
We're getting a little better at that.
Yeah, no, no, not really.
Yeah.
We like to think so, but not so much.
Yeah, I know.
But today we are excited. We wanted to talk to you today about music because music has been a really,
Yes.
really, really big part of our lives, our upbringing, and still continues to be. And so yeah, so we wanted to start there. I'm the oldest, so I get to go first.
Oh, sure. Go on.
No, but my memories of music go way back. I started piano lessons when before I started kindergarten. I was not even 4.5 when I first started taking piano lessons. And that was because mom really wanted piano lessons and never got them when she was growing up. And so she started me off really early. Um, and so I remember practicing early on. She says it was a struggle that trying to get me to practice, but and I do remember that a little bit. But so that was my earliest musical experience was taking the piano lessons. And the next, if I jump forward in time, the next early thing I remember is being in first grade. And we had one of those big console stereos growing up because mom's biological dad was managing this store and got us a deal, I think. But we had that console stereo and the headphones, the big old, headphones that you could listen to music. And I can remember spending a lot of hours just absorbed in the music with the music turned up loud in my headphones. And when I was that age, I remember we had Simon and Garfunkel, and we had the sort of greatest hits. But we had the Bridge Over Troubled Water album, and I
Yep.
learned the entire Bridge Over Troubled Water album. And because you had the jacket, right, that you could
Yep.
read the lyrics as you went along. So as a kid, there were a lot I didn't understand, but I could sort of read them or sound them out. And so I
Yeah.
learned all the songs. And I can remember being in first grade, and it must have been springtime because it was warm weather, and singing on the playground. And the kids would gather around me, and some of the aides would come over and listen to me, and they would applaud. And I thought I was hot stuff because I was singing Simon and Garfunkel songs on the playground.
Yeah.
How about you? What are some of your earliest memories of related to music?
Similar. I remember taking piano lessons I think I was in kindergarten. I was pretty little. And I remember when our whole family was involved in that community theater, The King and I. And
Oh, yes.
I was the little, we were the children of the King of Siam.
Yes,
And
yes.
I was a little girl that gave Anna the rose. And I just thought that was just, wee, that was fun. So yeah, so I enjoyed that. And then also as we got a little bit older, just maybe a couple years. So I was probably what, 7? I still had long hair when we did that. So I had to
King
be
and
like
I?
7.
King and I was in
7. Oh
kindergarten, or I
yeah.
was in third grade, so
I
you
was
would have been King and I. Or
I was kin
kindergarten. Too many K's. I can't keep them straight.
yes. And then but we did some music for the St. Joseph. They had the chicken barbecues and the big tent they put out in the
The
summer, right?
festival, the summer
The
festival,
festival, the
and the
big
talent
summer
show.
festival.
Hmm.
And we did this talent show. We did some songs with our little friend Renee too for
Hmm.
that.
Yep, I
We were
remember
pretty
that.
little. We dressed up as
Yeah.
cowgirls and
Yes. Yeah, I would
yeah,
have been less than 10 because I still had long hair
yeah,
before I got
yeah.
my obligatory 70s shag.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so I loved doing that. And then as we got a little older, we we did the family singers thing for the bicentennial in
Yes, it
76,
was.
right?
Yep, it
Oh
was
my
76. So
gosh.
instead of the
Yeah.
Von Trapp Family
We were
Singers,
in
it
the
was us.
yeah, we were in gingham, blue and white gingham dresses and had our little yeah.
And the white pinafore. So it was like Little House on the Prairie. It was
Yep,
mom and you and me and our brother. And he had a gingham shirt with
shirt.
white
Yep.
pants and a bow tie and the flat top bowler, not bowler, the straw hats like for barbershop
Yeah.
quartet kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So mom,
we sang
no, I
for
was just
that.
saying, mom was in the guitar. We had two tambourines at home, so you had one and I had one, and then we had a set of maracas, and I had the set of maracas in my other hand, and then Mom made a gut bucket, which is like a
Yep.
homemade bass, a metal trash can turned upside down with a
Yeah.
tall
Yeah.
dowel that went all the way up the side and the hinge at the bottom of it, and then
Yep.
a clothesline, literally clothesline from the top of the dowel down to the middle of the
Yeah.
trash can turned upside down, and then this big ring that went up and down so you could change the tone. He would just pluck it. He had no idea about a
Ew.
bass or what he was doing. He would just stand there moving the ring and plucking it, and people ate it up with a spoon.
People loved it. People loved it. Yeah, we I remember we performed again for the big summer festival at St. Joseph there,
Yes,
and then we did a performance on the bandstand
in town.
in
Yeah,
town.
in town.
Yeah.
And wait, I got to tell a little story about that too because it's really funny. So I would have been going into eighth grade, and my now husband Jim was a year ahead of me in that same school, and we didn't know each other. But after, so we when we sang, we would sing like folk songs,
Yep.
and
Deep
some
Blue
songs,
Sea
Deep
and
Blue
yeah,
Sea and Eddystone Light, and
yeah.
just all kinds of stuff. And I would sing a little bit of harmony. So
Yep.
some songs I could harmonize or knew the harmony. And but anyway, afterwards, once Jim and I started dating, our parents, our mother and his father, figured out that after that concert that we did, he was so impressed to have this family singing group. He would have loved to have done something like that himself. So he came up and talked to Mom about how great it was that we were doing this and how did we get started and all that. And Jim and I have laughed over the years at, we're probably standing around like I would have been 12, not quite 13, and he would have been 14, like standing around rolling our eyes going, please, can you stop talking? Not realizing that we're standing there rolling our eyes next to our future spouse.
Yeah. Funny.
Yeah,
Too funny.
too funny.
So
But
yeah,
music,
so
I was just going to say, music did bring us together because fast forward a couple of years and we were in high school together and we
yeah.
sort of got to know each other. I fell in love with him. It took him a little longer to figure it out, but I fell in love with him over the Music Man, being in the Music Man together. So that was a big deal.
Yeah, so we had such a great choral director, and he did the choruses, then there were more than one, and then band, and and Lou did all the plays and things too.
Hmm.
He was wonderful.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so I think so just being involved in all of those wonderful opportunities with the musicals that we were both involved in when we lived there,
Hmm.
um, and the choir opportunities just really cemented our love for music. And and then as we moved, we moved from there to the farm, and I was involved in band and stage band, and so I sang for stage band and played. um, the
That was,
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I was just going to say that was really tough for me when we moved because
Yeah.
I did theater and musical theater and chorus, and I eventually did join I was only there for 1 year, right, my senior year in high school, and we moved away from all these things that I used to love to do, and I had leads in the musicals, and um, it was just really a downer to move away from all that music because it wasn't just something to do in school and something to an activity to keep me off the streets out of trouble and to feel good about, right, something I excelled at, but it really just was something that gave me a lot of joy.
Yeah.
Whenever I would be, and I continued with piano lessons for 10 years, so I was 14 before I stopped taking them. I should have been better considering I took for 10 years, but I, still wouldn't practice very much. But I played for myself. Even though I wouldn't sit down necessarily and practice every day what was assigned to me, I played for myself very regularly. And I've continued to, if I just go to music whether I'm happy, whether I'm down. I mean, it always lifts my mood if I'm down. If I'm excited and happy, I sing my joy. It's been this through line in my life, to be able to play the piano and sing and do those things. It's something I can do, anywhere. Even when I was in college and living in a dorm, there are always the music practice sessions in rooms that you could. We were allowed to go and use them. Some schools only music majors get access, but we were allowed to go, and if there was nobody there, we could go in and use it. And it's just always been a great refuge for me. Music has.
Yeah. And it has for me also. I know going into after we lived in the farm for 2 years, and we moved to Florida where our grandparents had retired, and I was very involved in the music program there, the pop ensemble, and the drama. I was president of the drama club my senior year, and then went on and was a vocal major. I had a full scholarship to a local college down there, and just absolutely loved singing and dancing, and took dance and voice and all of that,
Right.
but decided I didn't really want to do that for a living. I didn't want to make that my major. And so after I got married and we moved to Nashville, I worked in the music business for a short time and realized that was not for me, and then went back into medicine, but nursing and became a nurse practitioner. But
Right.
I stayed involved in a wonderful church there, another St. Joseph church,
Right.
in Madison, Tennessee, and had a phenomenal family. I still call them my choir family. Jeff, our director, became like a brother to me, and all of the people. I sang in the traditional choir, so we sang a lot of classical beautiful Latin masses and things. And
Right.
then after our third child was born, after Genevieve was born, then Jeff said, "Why don't you come and sing at the 11 o'clock choir? You can sleep in a little bit and get here. Get here with the kids a little easier." And yeah, so I did. So I sang in the contemporary choir, and just absolutely love everybody in that choir. And we did a lot. We put on musicals, Jesus Christ Superstar, and I was involved in many of the musicals, and played Lori in Oklahoma, which I absolutely loved. And the kids were old enough to be a part of that, be in some of the extra scenes, and they just absolutely loved it. And so we tried to stay involved in the arts, and the children loved theater, loved dance. So all 4 of our kids were involved in theater and took dance lessons for years. They were involved in sports and things too, but they just loved truly singing for me is a form of spiritual expression, but, and it also helps me just tap into that place of just joy and creativity. And I have remained involved in music. We did some fundraisers. We put together a band and did some fundraisers at church there, some of the choir members and I, and just had a marvelous time. And so we, even living here in a very remote area, we're still involved in an annual Christmas show and things, and the kids will come home when they can, and you've come, and
Yes,
Michael has come.
Michael, my daughter
sing.
Michael has come.
And we've
She
done
does so much
harmonizing
music stuff
parts
all over
together.
the place.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just sort of in our blood.
Yeah.
And you have the most amazing voice. You just have the voice of an angel. You and your group put together some CDs that they put out, and I was so excited to buy them and share them with people. I would give them to them. I say, start with track number 4. That's my sister, and oh my God, it makes me cry every time I listen to it. And people are always like, you are right. You are so right. It made me cry too. That is the best one,
You're
it's
so
amazing.
sweet. I forgot about the choir. Yeah, the St.
Oh
Joseph
no,
choir.
how could you
We
forget?
did the fundraiser. I don't know. It just was not in the front of my mind. Yeah, we did it. The traditional choir and the contemporary choir got together and did a Christmas CD together, and then the contemporary choir then did a CD. And these were fundraisers that we did one year in lieu of doing a musical, and they were really well received from our community and people outside, and we just loved doing it. And that was a beautiful part of being in that group in Nashville, is everyone in that choir, in the contemporary choir, and quite a few members in the traditional choir, they all had sung professionally, or had sung in bands, had had a lot of amazing experience. And the thing that was so beautiful about that group is that we just loved each other. I mean, everybody has some ego, right? But there really were no divas in that group, I don't think. I mean, I feel like everybody just really cheered and loved when each other took turns shining, and
Hmm.
sharing and doing solos, or duets or whatever. And it was just a beautiful, loving, creative place, of sharing and community that was a real gift in my life. I was with that group that of people for about 23 years and just still miss them every day. They were a
Yeah.
huge part of my life and a great source of joy. And that's the beauty of music, how music brings people together, and it touches you on on a soulful level. It goes straight to the heart. And I think that's one of the things I love so much about performing, is that it's not about showing off. I mean, it's about sharing the gifts you have. And I swear, when I'm on stage, I feel such a surge of love as I'm singing pieces that I just absolutely love. And I truly just feel a huge expansion of connection from my heart out. And I just, and I feel truly connected to every member in that audience that's participating. Their energy goes into it, right? And it's just such a great gift to be a part of that. I love it.
I remember when you went to your last mass before you moved from there. I had come down to help you move,
Oh yeah.
and Matt's mother was there too, actually. And I remember you were singing some of the songs. They kind of, on that last Sunday that you were there, they were kind of showcasing you in a way because they knew you were going away. And I remember you did us. I don't remember if it was "Shelter Your Name" or if it was a different one, but I just remember sobbing as you were singing because it was so beautiful, and it was all over. You got just this thunderous applause. I remember turning to Phyllis, Matt's mother, and just looking at her and going, "That girl can really sing, can't she?" It was unbelievable. And as much as I have just really thrilled and enjoyed seeing you sing as an adult, it's it's been um, it's been with some mixed emotions because I I have not kept up singing in that way as an adult. When I was, sort of a young person in middle school and high school, I was older than you were, so I kind of went out and singing was my thing, and musical theater was my thing, and it's like, Ronnie's got a great voice. Ronnie's got a great voice, and so I
Yeah.
that was part of my identity. And then you came along and you had a great voice, and it's like that's okay, that wasn't like it. I felt a competition or anything with you, but as we moved into adulthood, you kept singing, and I really didn't. I would sing for myself when I would play the piano sometimes, but not regularly. And I felt as I moved, particularly into my 30s and 40s and so on, that my voice just really diminished, and I felt like I could not sing the way I could before, and it was a real loss. And particularly when I would hear you sing, and I would go, "Oh, why didn't I keep up with the singing? Why is it just sounds strained and it's hard, and I don't have the same soprano range I had." Um, and what's really been very interesting, and sometimes I would feel like when I would try to sing, like there was something stuck in my throat, like I had this wad of cotton or something, just like I couldn't get enough air. I couldn't, I just, and then I stopped doing it, which is hard and sad because, Jim and I did high school duets together. We competed at the festivals they always have for high school students, and got excellent ratings. And we did a duet at our pop concert one time in high school, and so we've always loved to sing together. And so he's wanted to continue to sing with me, and he has sung. He sings barbershop, and he's had his barbershop quartet, and he's sung in a chorus, and they've competed internationally. So he's kept his voice in good shape, and I've just felt like many times over the years, I don't measure up anymore. He'd want to sing. He's like, I don't want to sing because it doesn't sound good anymore. And what's really been amazing, particularly over the last just couple of years, as we've started to do some of these things that have really led us to more spiritual healing and led us to this point where we've decided that we are going to step out and tell our story and be more fully who we are. I have found it. I found my voice coming back. I found it easier to sing. I found, yeah, it sounds so much better. I don't shy away from doing it anymore.
You have a
Um,
beautiful
I know you would say
voice.
that. Of course, you would say
You have
that.
a
But
beautiful
but
voice.
it's been painful to feel like it was it's part of my light that was hidden. I just and I'm not sure exactly why it happened that way. I mean, I think some of it is practice, but I think there are other things going on spiritually, energetically that interfered. And as I'm able to be more, I'm feeling kind of choked up already just talking about this, but as I'm able to
Yeah.
speak my truth in other ways, my singing voice is coming back, which is
Yes.
really, which is great. It's
Yes.
really amazing. I'm very grateful for
Woohoo.
it.
Well,
So
I
I'm,
love singing with you. I absolutely love singing with you, and it's so
I love
sweet
that
because
too.
some of the guys, when you've been there to sing with me, and in a few years, and we've done that Christmas concert fundraiser. The kids can't always make it,
Right.
and but one of the guys, Eric, who's a gifted musician himself, said, "Oh, I just love to hear you and your sister and your girls sing." He said, "There's nothing like those blood harmonies, man," and it's true. I mean, we just feel how we feel how each other breathes. We feel, I mean, we just feel it when we sing
Yeah.
together, and we need to
Yep.
put something together and just post it on our Instagram or our Facebook site
Oh,
and
that'd be fun. Yeah, I'd
our
like that.
website for the,
Problem is
for
you can't do it this way. We have to be
no,
physically
we gotta be
together.
together. Yeah, we gotta be
And
together.
hopefully by the time this airs, we'll be out from under lockdown. But
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah, we're
see.
gonna do when we get together at the Adirondacks. We're gonna we're gonna do some recording, man.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And the kids will love that too.
That'll be
Yeah,
fun. Yeah, we'll get them all in on it. They would love that. That year, 2015, I think it was, when
yeah,
we all came for Christmas, all your girls and my daughter, and we were all there and we sang together, and that was fantastic. That was
yeah.
fantastic.
It lifts us all up when we do that together, definitely.
Hmm.
And the kids, they love it because that's always been one way that we've bonded when we get together for our little family reunions. We
Hmm.
have dance parties,
Yes.
we sing
Hmm.
together,
Yep.
and music has been just such a integral and huge part of all of our lives. And
Yeah.
it's such a gift. It's just such a gift
It really is.
to be able to share that. Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's been fun to reminisce about all these things with you today, Jen.
It has. It has. So thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for being here with me, Ronnie.
Yes, I love you. I look forward
I
to
love
being
you too.
in the same screen
Yeah, I know.
so we can do some singing.
Me too. Me too.
But
So yeah,
I'm
so if anybody out there wants to share their thoughts with us, if they have any questions, please reach out to us on our website, www.heartandsoulsisters.net, all spelled out,
yes.
as
Or
well
you can
as
also find us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. And that beginning slide in our video here has all that information. Or if you're listening to the audio version, the website has all that information, links to get you right there, www.heartandsoulsisters.net. So until next time, wishing you lots and lots of light. Let your light shine. And
that's right,
love.
and many, many blessings.
Many blessings. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.